What's on, guys? Just here by my channel. Tonight I'm bringing a review for Friday Smackdown, so let's get to it then. We have a little segment with Becky Lynch here and stuff. So Becky Lynch opens up Smackdown and makes her way out to the ring. Lynch gets on the mic and gets on the Irish crowd. Gets the Irish crowd amped up. Lynch talks about watching wrestling live events in Dublin and how one time Randy Orton locked eyes with her when she was a fan and it made her live at the time. She then turns on the crowd and tells them they don't deserve to be on TV. We want Lyra chance start, and Lynch reminds us she beat Lyra Valkyria and she can't touch her. Lynch says she is not appreciated and says she is their hero. Lynch says she's disappointed with Ireland and the media attention, and she hasn't received. She rattles off her accolades to prove why she could be the hero. Lynch asks her why her parade or mural or statue is why no one cares as much as they should. She trashes a bunch of famous people from Ireland and gets interrupted by Tiffany Stratton. It's Tiffy time. Stratton tells Lynch she's on the wrong show and that she should leave, and if Lynch doesn't leave, she'll make her leave. Now Jax comes out and asks Stratton and why she's concerning herself with Lynch when she has bigger problems like her. Jax knocks down Stratton and stomps on her. Lynch joins in and Stratton gets beaten down. Jay Cargill runs down and takes out Nia Jax. Lynch tries to sneak up on Cargill, and before Cargill can get to Lynch, Jax tries to attack Cargill as Stratton drop kicks Jax off the ring, and Lynch runs out of the ring, and Nick Aldis comes out and makes the main event of tonight for a tag match pitting Stratton and Cargill against Jackson Lynch. That Carmelo Hayes with Fraxium and stuff. The Miz shows up and all that stuff. Alright, so first match coming up. Mello, Don't Miss. The Miz and Carmelo Hayes versus Motor City Machine Guns. Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley. I'm sorry, I kind of didn't say that right. The Miz and Hayes argue who will start. Hayes immediately tags herself in, and he and Sabin start the bout. A series of takedowns happen between the two, and they lock up. Sabin takes down Hayes with some arm drags, and The Miz takes himself in. The Miz gets Sabin in a chin lock, and Shelley tags himself in, and The Miz is double teamed. Both Hayes and The Miz get tossed out of the ring. MCMG hit a double baseball slide, and Sabin then flies out and takes out The Miz and Hayes. We cut a commercial break. Back to the show. Hayes super kicks Shelley, and Shelley knocks Hayes down. The Miz is tagged in, and Sabin is tagged in. Sabin punches The Miz and slams into him in the corner. Sabin hits a DT on The Miz and covers him for a 2 count. Shelley is tagged in, and The Miz is double teamed. Shelley covers The Miz, and Hayes breaks the pin. Hayes is double teamed and gets drilled with the facial. Sabin is tagged in and he kicks The Miz, and The Miz tags out Hayes in the mid. Okay, anyways, I lost myself for a second. Hayes takes down Sabin and covers for a 2 count. Hayes climbs the ropes and The Miz tags in. Hayes gets annoyed with The Miz, and Hayes takes out Sabin, and Shelley takes out of the ring. Takes Hayes out of the ring. The Miz covers Sabin and gets the win. So winners are Mello Don't Miz. And then Kathy Kelly tells Jimmy Zozoton. She congratulates Jimmy and all that stuff about Naomi's pregnancy. Then wishes him a happy birthday, and then Sami Zayn hugs Jimmy Uso, and Solo Sikoa comes out and talks shit and stuff, and blah blah. Then about the baby and stuff. So yeah. Anyway, second match is Piper Niven with the green ring game. Chelsea Green, Alba Fire versus Charlotte Flair. We're told Elizabeth isn't clear to be on SmackDown due to her being down last week. The bell rings. Flair and Niven lock up. Niven attacks Flair's arm, and Flair cartwheels out of the hold. Flair is knocked down and gets elbowed by Niven. Flair is slammed down. Flair comes off the top rope and it's a crossbody and covers for a 2 count. Flair kicks Niven down and climbs the ropes. Green distracts Flair, letting Niven get a hold of Flair. Flair is slammed down with a side walk slam and covered for a near fall. And then we cut a commercial break. We come back to SmackDown. Niven has Flair down in the corner as she cannonballs into Flair and covers Flair for a 2 count. Niven misses a middle rope splashes, allowing Flair to chop Niven. Once she gets to her feet, Flair hits a walkover clotheslines and kicks Niven 4 times and knocks her down. Flair walks on Niven and climbs the ropes and hits a moonsault, and Niven kicks out at 2. Flair goes for a figure 8. Niven counters, but Flair hits a spear. Green gets on the apron, and Flair knocks her down. Flair locks in the figure eight, but Fire distracts the ref, allowing Green to rake Flair's eyes. Niven slams into Flair as a Michinoku driver and gets the win. So winner is Piper Niven. Gary and Mission are backstage talking stuff, blah blah, and then we go to segment with Logan Paul and John Cena. We come back from commercial break, and John Cena comes out to the ring to a huge ovation. Cena runs the ropes and then asks for his music to be cut. Cena gets Mark Nash to give him his special introduction. Before Cena can start, Logan Paul interrupts him and comes out to the ring. Paul says it's good to see. It's good to be back in England, and then makes fun of Irish people and calls them all leprechauns. Paul reminds everyone they paid to come see him and says he's going to keep it real with Cena. He tells Cena that Cena is an actor who knows how to wrestle. And Paul asks why he gets disrespected and why he's considered an outsider. He talks about how he's been doing this for 4 years and wonder when he'll be accepted. He says he is exactly what he say he is, whereas Cena is a corporate pawn and does whatever the higher ups ask him to do. Paul says he's a moment maker and that Cena has said that himself about Paul. Paul talked about how he's innovative in the ring, and Cena isn't. So who is the imposter? Paul tells Cena he isn't excited to take on Cena in Paris because this is his house now. Cena says Paul has an undeniable presence, that he's a tremendous athlete, champion, and WrestleMania main eventer, and that makes Cena upset. Because Paul is an outsider. Cena says not only Paul is an outsider, he's also a disappointment. Cena says Paul doesn't respect this house. Instead, he uses it as a branding opportunity, goes outside the ring, and knocks over the prime merge shelf. Cena points out that Paul has only had 23 matches, and Cena has been in the WWE for 23 years. Cena says Paul has so much potential, but everyone can see how slimy he is, and that's why fans boo him. He says Paul wants to make from the business and not to the business, and people can see through his BS, and calls Paul a parasite. Cena says he can't be going up against Dominic Mysterio, AJ Styles, the Usos, and rattles off some names and tells Paul that like a parasite he sucked the opportunity from someone who from someone more deserving. He tells Paul that he knows a lot about hustle but nothing about loyalty and respect. Cena tells Paul to bring his A game to Paris because his opponent is the greatest of all time. Paul knocks Cena's hat off and pushes him. Paul swings at Cena. Cena ducks and hits the attitude judgment on Paul, leaving him laying in the ring. And yeah, so look, and Jade Cargill stretches backstage before her match and stuff tonight, and yeah, and then Logan Paul walks backstage across Drew McIntyre and afraid of missing John Cena, that he's Drew McIntyre tells Paul that he's afraid of John Cena about Spartan, and Drew McIntyre says go do it and stuff. So yeah. So anyways, third match is Street Profits, Montez Ford and Andrew Dawkins with B-Fab versus the MDFT's Tonga Loa and Jason Mateo with Sosa Cole and Tala Tonga. Alright, Loa and Dawkins start off. Loa knocks down Dawkins, and Dawkins fires back with a drop kick and tags in Ford. Loa is double teamed and Loa is slammed down. Loa picks up Ford and slams him into the corner. Mateo is tagged in and he hammers down on Ford. Mateo is kicked and slapped down with a leaping leg drop. Ford gets tossed to the apron and kicks down Mateo and Loa. Loa then pulls Ford off the apron and slams him into the ring post. And we then quick commercial break. Alright, back to the show and stuff. Ford is getting beaten down. Ford is getting beaten down by Mateo. Mateo hits a gut wrench slam, and Ford gets knocked down by Mateo with a clothesline, and Ford is covered for a near fall. Mateo has his name moonsault and covers Ford again, who kicks out. Ford moves out of the way, and Mateo crouches in the corner. Loa is tagged in, and Ford throws Loa out of the ring and crawls to Dawkins to tag out. Loa gets back in the ring and tags Mateo, and Dawkins is tagged in as well. Dawkins takes down Mateo and then takes down Loa. Dawkins kicks Mateo and gets Mateo on the shoulders, but Mateo counters the electric chair and tries to take down Dawkins. Ford is tagged in, and Mateo is double teamed and covered until Loa breaks the pin. Dawkins is sent out of the ring. Loa is sent out. Mateo tries to roll up Ford, who rolls out and kicks Mateo. Tonga distracts Ford, allowing Mateo to hit a modified version of the Tour of the Islands, and Ford kicks out. Jimmy Uso runs out, attacks Tonga with a steel chair. Uso and Tonga fight into the crowd. Sami Zayn takes out Sikoa near the announces and then runs into a crowd. Ford comes over the ropes and knocks out Aloha and Mateo back in the ring. Mateo is slammed down and Ford hits a frog splash and gets the win. So winners are the Street Profits. Then we see Aleister Black stretching and getting ready for his match. Alright, so Aleister Black comes down to the ring and R-Truth joins us from a video message and says he accidentally flew to Dublin, Georgia, so he can't compete tonight. But he has a friend who will take his place. So it was supposed to be a match. So it was supposed to be Aleister Black versus Damien Priest. Priest runs down to the ring and Black starts kicking him. Priest picks up Black and slams him into the corner. Priest tosses Black out of the ring and he goes after him. Priest hits Black with the uppercut. Officials and security run down, but can't hold back Priest and Priest and Black. I'm sorry. Priest kicks Black out of the ring and runs out to beat on Black. The two fight into an entryway and continue fighting backstage. And then no contest. Nobody won the match. So anyways, I have a little short segment with Drew McIntyre and stuff, and I could get the stupid scrolling thing up and shit. Anyways, Drew McIntyre comes out to give us an update on Cody Rhodes. McIntyre calls Rhodes a bitch and says he's giving Rhodes a favor by taking him out because he has some more time with his championship. McIntyre says he's taking the championship for Rhodes the next time he sees him. McIntyre talks about how no one is upset he took Rhodes out and says Rhodes has no friends left in the WWE. Randy Orton sneaks up behind McIntyre and RKO's him. So yeah, then we see Nia Jax and Becky Lynch backstage talk about if they're on the same page, blah blah. So anyways, main event coming up to Stratton and Jay Cargill versus Nia Jax and Becky Lynch. We had the bell. Lynch cheap shots Cargill and Stratton attacks Lynch. Stratton hits a drop kick on Lynch and climbs the rope. Stratton hits a swanton from the turnbuckles onto Lynch and Jax outside the ring. Jax weight drops Stratton while Lynch holds her down. Then we get commercial break. Back to main event. Stratton tries to get a pin on Jax, who kicks out. Both women tag out, and now Lynch and Cargill go at it. Cargill punches and takes down Lynch. Cargill hits a spine buster on Lynch. Lynch is hit with a fallaway slam after trying to get Cargill out the ropes. Cargill slams into Lynch in the corner and gets kicked. Cargill hits a spinning sit out powerbomb and covers Lynch for a near fall. Jax is tagged in and Cargill didn't see any. Goes after Lynch. Jax attacks Cargill from behind and hits a senton and goes for the annihilator, but Cargill powerbombs Jax. Stratton hits her moonsault on Jax, and then Cargill hits a frog splash and Jax is covered and pinned. So winners are Tiffany Stratton and Jay Cargill. There after that, John Cena is approached by Nick Aldis, and Aldis tells Cena that he just heard from Brock Lesnar, and Logan Paul comes out of nowhere and punches out Cena. Aldis yells at Paul, and then that's how the show ends and stuff. So yeah, good show tonight and stuff. And I think the most important one was John Cena and Logan Paul and stuff. So yeah, that was more important. And so yeah, John Cena is right. Logan Paul is a parasite, man. He's an outsider and shit, and he always does what he wants and shit. And yeah, oh my god, I can't stand him for real though. It's so fucking annoying. So yeah, anyways, that was this for a video. Hope you like it. Not whatever. So like, subscribe, hit the button, leave a comment. If you guys want to leave a comment, so I'm gonna carry guys, and that was it. I'll see you guys after, I don't know what time Forbidden Door is gonna finish, but yeah, so I'll see you after AEW Forbidden Door pay-per-view and all stuff, right? So see you Sunday in the afternoon or evening, where. So anyways, laters.